Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is RS Floyd 84 coming back with another comic book haul. This is going to be a little different than I usually do. I'm actually going to show off, I do collect retro video games as well. So I'm going to show off some of the retro video games I've been picking up as of recently. I got all kinds of systems. I got all the PlayStations 1 through 5. I got a Nintendo 64, original Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, and basically, I collect retro systems, retro video games, in the hunt for maybe a GameCube or a Dreamcast cast next. But like I said, I'm going to show off a few video games. If you're not a fan of video games, you can skip forward. I do have comics coming in here in a little bit, but I just want to show off these video games as well. So, like I said, what I found out, a lot of comic book collectors do like video games. I'm going to start off with some Nintendo 64's games I picked up recently. Went ahead and picked up Star Fox 64, probably one of the greatest rail shooters of all time. Picked up GoldenEye 007. Definitely have to have that in the collection. And these are the prices I picked them up for. I do like wrestling, so I went ahead and picked up WCW NWO Revenge. That's one of my favorite games from back then. And then I got WrestleMania 2000 as well. That's a pretty good game. And then I also picked up 007 The World Is Not Enough. So those are just some of the Nintendo 64 games I picked up recently. Definitely love all of those. Then recently I traded some Funko Pops. Now I went to the Texas State Fair last year, and I didn't really find too many comic books when I went there. Everything was pretty pricey. Like for instance, a Firestorm #1 was like $100. And I was like, man, that's just way too expensive. I did find the Iron Man, Doctor Doom first appearance newsstand for a couple bucks. I think maybe $1 or something like that. I did find a few books. I went ahead and sold those actually, so I didn't show them in any comic book hauls. But anyways, back to the story. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I went and picked up some Funko Pops because this guy had a ton of Funko Pops, and he was just trying to get rid of some stuff. And he had a deal on these Funko Pops, 3 for $20, but they were real good exclusives, like a Hobgoblin, stuff like that. So I ended up trading these Hobgoblin and all those Funko Pops that I got. I can't exactly remember what they all were. But I ended up picking up original PlayStation 1, which is not very expensive. They're like $50. And then I picked up this game, and this was the reason why I got it. Dino Crisis is probably one of my favorite games back in the day, and I definitely wanted to pay it. Now, this was $60, and I mostly got the PlayStation for free and part of this game with the Funko Pops. I think I had to pay like $30 out of pocket to get this, but this is a really nice copy of Dino Crisis. So I was super happy to pick that up. All right. Then we got Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks. Really cool game. I think I paid like $20 for that. I love PlayStation 2. It has really good 2-player games. Ultimate Spiderman for us comic book nerds. No book or manual. This game's pretty expensive with the book and manual. I think I paid $15 for that. Then we got SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. I think the price on this was $35. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Somebody marked on it with a pen. I'm not sure who did that. Maybe one of my kids. But got that. Here Comes the Pain. Really good game. I used to be a big WWE, WCW. I used to flip back and forth when I was a kid. They had Monday Night Nitro and Monday Night Raw. We got X-Men Legends. Awesome game. No manual, just the game. Really cool 2-player game to play with my sons. And it's really cool. I thought I had sold my PlayStation 2 back in the day, but I was cleaning out the attic and found it. So I was super happy to do that. We got Spider-Man 2. This is, based off the movie, and it's a really good game, very acclaimed. Everybody loves this game. Couldn't pass it up. It has the manual, it's complete. So really happy to pick that up as well. Extermination. This is a game people probably don't know much about. But basically, this game came out at the same time as Resident Evil and I think Silent Hill. So it got overshadowed. But really good game. Real good survival horror game. And I was happy to pick that up. Ready to get back into that. Problem is I pick up all these games and I have a PS5, so I'm picking up games. So it's like I never really find time to, but I just love video games. We got the Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, nice open world game, and it's Hulk. Very awesome game. This is probably the best Hulk game ever, probably. And I'm trying to find Ghost Rider. That's low key. It's kind of like God of War, but Ghost Rider, and I need to find that. That's what I've been looking for. And I'm also looking for Predator, Concrete Jungle, but some of these games are expensive. Infamous #1, probably one of my favorite games from growing up, or not growing up, but when I got the PlayStation 3. I think that was like one of the first games I bought. Got Infamous 2, so you see the price I paid. It's all complete with the manuals, both of them. And that's what I prefer, but if it's a good enough game, I don't really care if I have the manual as long as I'm not paying too much. And then I got Red Dead Redemption. Had to pick that up when I saw it, and it's all complete with the manual. I do have Red Dead Redemption 2, and I need to play that. I'll just be buying games and never playing it. And then, of course, Arkham Origins. People didn't like this game. I shouldn't say hated, but people didn't like this game, but I loved this game. This game was amazing. I'd like to find a copy that has the DLC with it, but this one's just no manual. It's just the game. This is a reprint cover, and then, maybe not the original. Well, it looks like it. Yeah. Probably not the original. Anyways, then I found these at Second and Charles. Saint Rose 4, pretty awesome game. Assassin's Creed Rogue, so for $3. And then this one is Star Wars Force Unleashed #2. I got the receipt in there. Actually, I didn't even see if this works, so hopefully it works, but it's probably way past when I can turn it in. So those are the video games aspect of it. So I just wanted to show those. Like I said, I'm big into collecting retro video games, so I figured I'd switch it up a little bit. All right. Now we'll get into the comic books. And I do have some trading cards I'm going to show. Hopefully, I'll see if I can show them on here. I don't know. So this was at a local comic shop that I have. I picked up Ghost Rider number 27, and then Ghost Rider number 26 newsstand. And these were, I think they were $1 a piece. So I like the Jim Lee art and the Ghost Rider X-Men team up there. Then we got Alpha Flight number 33. This is actually one of the books I got at Motor City Comic Con. I got the Punisher 10, Alpha Flight 33. I got this X-Men 184 as well. So those were 3 of the books that I got from there, and they were all $5 a piece. I had mentioned the Motor City Comic Con in my last haul. These were 2 of the other books I got, and I can't remember what the 4th book is. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it's in this haul. I can't remember, but these are some of the books I didn't show last haul. Found this. This is G.I. Joe 21. It does have a little damage right here, and it's pretty low grade, but I only paid $8 for it, so I figured that was pretty worth it. And then I only paid $8 for this, and it's pretty beat up as well. But this is Spider-Man 65. They actually have wall decor of this. And I might have showed this. I don't know if I showed this before. I don't think I have. But that's, I paid $8 for both of these. So, G.I. Joe. This book, my wife gave me a $25 gift card to Half Price Books. And basically, I went there and they had this for $40, but I figured with the $25 gift card, I'm only paying $15 out of my pocket. So I went ahead and picked up Preacher 1. Got Mr. Miracle number 4. First appearance of Big Barda. I paid, I think, $20 for this, and it's a 4.0, so pretty low grade, but for $20, why not? And it presents pretty well. So that was pretty cool. All right. We got Tomb of Dracula number 1. I think this is a 5.0, and I paid $125 for this at my local comic shop. Happy to add that back to the collection. Got this Phantom Stranger 14, which is labeled as the Swamp Thing prototype, but it comes a month after House of Mystery, so it's kind of one of those weird key issues, but more importantly, it's an awesome Neil Adams cover. And I picked this up for, I think it was $20, and it's a 3.0. So I'll pick that up all day. Then I got Mr. Miracle number 1. This is pretty high grade. It was 8.0 graded at my local comic shop, and he had $100 on it. So I figure I'll pick that up as well. Super happy. I've owned this quite a few times, but you know, always looking for that upgrade, and I sold them. So that's a 8.0. That I think the last copy I had was graded CGC 7.5, so it's a little bit of an upgrade. I got this for $1. This is X Factor number 92, first appearance of Exodus. This was also $1. This is New X-Men, number 134, first Kid Omega. Let's see here. Got X-Men 266. I think I might have showed this. I probably should have looked, but regardless, this is X-Men 266, and I'm pretty sure I showed this because this is a near mint copy, and he had it graded a very fine, so I got a really good price on that. All right. Got this X-Men Annual number 14. I don't know if I showed this. I guess I should have looked at my past videos, but it's too late now. I'm not going back. This is X-Men Annual number 14. Pretty high grade, and I found that for $25, I believe. All right. I believe I haven't showed any of these. This is X-Men number 6. I paid $150 for this, and it's graded at a 4.0. It has a wrinkly cover, so it would be one of those books that benefit from a press. But I do not press books. I do not clean books. It's just not my style. I keep it in its original form. So I do not do that with my comic books. But still, nonetheless, nice little key pickup for $150. Couldn't pass that up. All right. Found this at a comic show. I went to a different comic show in Columbus months ago, and I got me a Hulk 182. He had $50 on this, which is a really good deal. It's probably a nice 4.0. But I ended up paying $40 because I said, hey, will you take 40? He said, sure. And I got that. So awesome cover. Love that cover. I found this. I paid $125. It's really high grade, but Wolverine number 1, and it completes the series. I have 2, 3, and 4, so I was super happy to get this. It was like I said, $125. So I paid up for it, but just an iconic cover. I mean, that's amazing. So definitely picked that up. Also found this Wolverine 155. I think I paid $20 for this, and it's a near mint copy. Just a homage cover. Is that how you say it? Homage? Homage? Is it homage or homage? Homage cover of, the Hulk 345, I think, that McFarlane does. Rob Liefeld does this one, so super happy to pick that up. I'm always happy to pick stuff up, And then you got Thor 134. This is the first appearance of High Evolutionary. Graded a 3.0, but it does have a manufacturing error, and it was printed without a bottom staple. So it doesn't have a bottom staple, but it wasn't a staple pop. They just never printed. See where the staple is supposed to be? I don't know if you can see that. There's a glare. Probably shouldn't do that. But awesome Jack Kirby cover as well. Gotta love that. Then I got a Spider-Man 100, pretty high grade. This is an 8.0. Got it for $100 at my local comic shop. So iconic Spider-Man 100 cover. And then also got a Fantastic Four 45. I went to a Cincinnati shop. And it's a pretty good shop, actually. But he had this for $80, and I brought a little trade. So he gave me $40 for the trade, so I ended up paying $40 for this. So I always wanted first appearance of Inhumans. Always was super expensive, but it's dropped a ton. And I'm glad to put it put it into the collection. Like I've said, I've never owned one of these until now. So super happy to grab that up. Then I got Amazing Spider-Man 33. This is a 5.0. Awesome, iconic cover from Steve Ditko. Basically, like I said, I paid $200 for this, and it's a 5.0. And I was super happy to add that to the collection. And last but not least on the comic books, picked this up recently. This is a Wolverine 154, the first part of that story. Signed by Rob Liefeld, graded a 9.8. The only problem with it is there's a manufacturing cut right there. Other than that, it's perfect shape, obviously. Old CGC label, too. And it was signed back in 2015. So, super happy to add that as well to the collection. I paid $65 for that, so I thought that was a really good deal. All right, and let's see if I can show these trading cards. These are all Marvel trading cards. Let's see. Let's see if I can take these out of the binder. This might work. So I got, yeah, that'll work. Spider-Man. So it's the whole collection here. I don't know much about trading cards. I don't know the grades on these. But, I decided to show these off. Got these for free. I let my buddy buy the comic collection. And as a appreciation, he let me keep a couple things. So this was really cool of him to let me... Oh, see, it starts to bend. Let's see that. Yeah, too much on that. Let's do it like this. Oh, that just wants to bend anyways. So that's the Spider-Man one. Pretty cool. I mean, can't go wrong with these trading cards. I remember these as a kid. And I remember trying to collect the whole set. And it was pretty hard. I'd have to go to Dollar General. And they'd have and I used to collect baseball cards with them as well. I don't think I'll show all these, but I did get one of the Masterpiece sets. So I just showed a few pages. That's the Spider-Man. And then they have like connecting ones. I guess we've seen that in the second. I think they're all pretty much connecting. And then they got the specials. So let me show the specials here. Putting this haul to a nice halt here. Show some trading cards. So here's the specials of the set. So here's the, they're like the see-through cards. So that was pretty cool. Pretty much have the whole set except for I don't have the holograms on this one. Then the other set I got which I wish it was the 96, but this is the 94. And it's this set. I think it's what's his name? Hildebrandt did these. So I'm not going to show every one of them, but I will show some of the specials here. So I got some of the signature series in here too. But here's some of the holograms. Got those. Sorry guys. I got these. Pretty cool. And I'd be willing to sell these if anybody's interested. I tried to put them on a Facebook group, but nobody seemed interested. So there's that. All right, and that's it. That's it for now for this haul. Thanks for watching. I was super happy. Let's put this back up here. Man, look at that. Iconic Spider-Man cover. Love it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.